Previously on Wrenching Diaries.
Take it to a mechanic.
No!
Well, there's no way I'm gonna take this to a mechanic. I went to the dealership looking to buy this fuse bowling. They basically want one of my kidneys for it. So I made the most sensible decision to go to a local wrecker and get the part from them. So lucky, I found the whole fuse box for like 80 bucks. And dealership wants at least 350 to 250 for this thing. I think I mentioned in the last video it's 30 amps. It's not. It's 150 amps. And without further ado, let's go and swap this thing out.
Okay, let's get things started. In order to get to the fusible link, you have to get the fuse box apart, and all the bolts to this fuse box are hidden underneath this battery tray. So first you have to take the battery out, followed by the battery tray. And inside of this, the power steering control module lives. And 3 bolts and 3 connectors later, it comes out. And that reveals more bolts to the battery tray. And there are 3 bolts and this clip to the wiring harness. And you can take the battery tray out. And finally you can get to the last bolt that holds the fuse box. All of that work just to get to that single bolt. Oh wait, this is the clip that I lost ages ago. So next up, we have to separate the internals from the cover. There are a bunch of clips around the perimeter. Just have to undo them one by one. And there is a zip tie holding the wiring loom. You can cut it out and gently pull it out. And it gives you access to these bolts, connects to the wiring loom. And before I take this apart, I took a bunch of pictures for future reference. When I'm putting everything back together, it will come in handy. After removing these wires, there are 3 connectors on the bottom. To get to that, I have to separate the fusible link from the relay array and other small fuses. In between these 2 panels, there are a bunch of clips. Undoing that, we can get it out. And there's this insulation piece. Take that out. It reveals all the other bolts you have to take out. And basically this thing is put together like Legos. And if you're good with Legos, this is a job for you. Last but not least, these 3 connections. These can be so stubborn. I had to persuade them with a screwdriver to pop them out. And there you go, this is the fusible link and nice bowl of spaghetti. And you can see here it blew as soon as my camera get into focus. Never mind. And this is the used fuse box I bought from the wrecker. He just snipped it out of the wiring loom. You have to remove this bolt to get the positive lead out from the battery. And 2 clips later, it slides out. So after that, everything else just rinse and repeat. When you know how everything comes apart, you can get it in pieces in no time. And these are the clips that holds the cover. And you can see I've been constantly monitored by my head mechanic. There's no mucking around with her. And here is the blown one and the new one side by side. You can see here it's clearly blown and it should be like this. Next thing, to go and install this thing so we can start the car. I swapped this relay out because I broke the other one which was in the car, trying to get it out. And let's get our fusible link and start putting everything back together. Tighten all the bolts, connectors back on. And these are the only connections that you have to be mindful about. All the other connections has different clips, so you can't mess it up. Okay, all the connections are tightened down, and let's get this thing back together. So the insulation cover goes back in, sandwiched by the relay array. Finally we can slide back in the positive terminal cable coming from the battery. Put the 10mm nut on and tighten it down. And before I put everything back together, give it a little clean. Get all the dust out, leaves and stuff, and started to tightening up the bolts that hold the fuse box. And get the battery tray back in, followed by the bolts that holds it. And then the power steering control module goes back in, followed by all the connectors. and tighten all the bolts back to the power steering control unit. Then we can put the battery tray back on. And these are the last two bolts that hold the fuse box down. Fuse box cover, and last but not least, the battery. Put the battery on and the battery cover. This thing also has a temperature sensor or something on the side. You connect that. The battery bracket goes on to hold it in place securely. Positive lead. Tighten it up. Everything nice and clean, tucked away. And we can put the negative terminal or the ground on to the battery. Alright, we're ready to start it up.
Almost. Oh yeah, it's turning on.
And if you're wondering why this guy is excited about window going up and down, because after I blew the fuse, any of the windows won't go up or down, the car won't lock, and most of the major systems were down, and they all work again. Then I started putting the coolant funnel on, because when it starts, you need to burp the system. There will be air pockets inside the cooling system, we had to get them out. And we're all ready, let's get this thing started. Ignition on. And cross all the fingers and toes, whatever you have. Well, it started for a second there. Let's try it again. Well, it won't start. My main suspect is the battery at this stage. So I had to call up for a backup. And my friend cousin came up for rescue. We decided to jump my car from his one. Let's see how it goes. You can see my battery is in his last breath. Oh no.
Oh no!
And we decided to let it charge for a bit and try again later. And there you go, it's trying to start. Let's try again. So it certainly wants to start. Something's holding it back from starting.
So we pretty much tried everything to start this thing up. It was trying to start, but no luck. And I was thinking left and right what could have been going wrong. Maybe I did something, but I had my doubts about the battery because it was a bit old, and this thing was sitting about a month. I'm pretty sure the battery's going bad. And surprise, surprise, as soon as I changed the battery, it started right up. So let me show you. Brand new battery. Foot on the brake. Starts right up.
Unfortunately, I forgot to record everything when I first did it. I was so stressed out. I just wanted to get this thing started.
Let's go for a little spin. The main two reasons I think the car didn't start. Number one is the bad battery. I figured that out because of the full cranking speed. It was old. It was rare since I bought the car pretty much. And the reason number two is I think the feral fuel sitting on the tank, because until I find parts, the car pretty much was sitting for like a month. Especially in New South Wales, the fuel goes bad really quick, the additives they use. So as soon as I swapped the battery out, it started right up. It was running a bit rough at the beginning. All I did is put some new gas in it, so fresh 98 octane, and she started purring like a kitten. Haven't missed a beat since. And you want to know the best thing about this car? The induction noise it makes under load. Nice. Sure, it's not the most powerful car in the world, but doesn't fail to put a smile on your face every time you hit the throttle. So that concludes this series. We can say we successfully fixed the water pump, even though it derailed a couple of times. It happens. Well, some might ask, did this guy really fix it properly? So boys, we're gonna do the ultimate test drive. Well, how about crossing a freaking continent sounds like? Yeah, I'm gonna drive this across the freaking Australia, mate. I'm gonna take you on that ride along with me. So it's gonna be fun. And if we can survive that trip, it's 4,000 kilometers. So I can say it's been fixed. Otherwise we're gonna have fun on the way. Thank you so much if you stuck this far. Really appreciate it. Like the content, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. Helps to grow the channel, means a lot to me. And now I'm gonna go and enjoy this thing a little bit. And until next time, keep on wrenching.